Hello and welcome. This is BQ Prime. I'm Agam Vakil, and you're watching the F&O Show, a show in which we take you through all that is happening in the Indian equity derivatives markets. At the moment, we're seeing strength sustain as far as the benchmarks are concerned. In fact, the Nifty has now further advanced, and it is up around 0.6 of a percentage point, with about 0.5% gains for the Bank Nifty as well. So both the benchmarks are advancing and continuing to see not only shorts from the last couple of weeks being covered, but also seeing some fresh addition in open interest as well. Coming down to what's happening in the options market, naturally, a lot of activity has started to shift upwards on a higher basis. So if you consider something like the Nifty, at the moment, we are seeing a lot more activity around the 19,300 mark. In fact, if you look at the range that we are expecting the Nifty to trade within over the next session or two, is a 200-point range between 19,500 on the higher end, based on maximum open interest, and 19,300 put, which also has max OI. And as far as our activity is concerned, we also have a lot more in calls and puts in terms of more addition there. Talk about the Bank Nifty as well. Naturally, considering 43,500 has become more important of late, that's exactly where we're seeing a little more writing in both calls and puts. Not only are they these strikes with the maximum open interest, but we are also seeing further addition as far as the Bank Nifty is concerned. So we keep an eye on some of these names and counters. But, to understand where the market is headed and what we can do, well, let's get an expert opinion. We have Raja Venkatraman. He's a co-founder at NeoTrader, who's joining us on the show. Raja, good morning, and thank you so much for joining in. Let's start by taking your view on the Nifty and the markets in general. What's the way forward? How do you see it?
Yeah. Good morning, Agam. Like you rightly said, there has been a remarkable opening which we are seeing over the last few days, and that has really surprised the bearish camp. Few days ago, all of us were looking down south, and now suddenly things have turned around, and we are once again looking northwards. But then what we got to consider here is that while we were coming down, global cues were the major trigger, and as we are going up, once again, global cues continues to play a very important role here. So now with the bond yields cooling down, and even the Fed, holding back the rate increase cycle, so that is causing some positive drift towards the global markets, and we are having the benefit of seeing some upside. Now, having said that, when you take a look at the overall market condition, we got to understand that the sentiment which is emerging as far as the domestic triggers are concerned continues to be mixed. So with this kind of sentiment which is on the floor, one needs to tread with some caution and not once again get into an aggressively buying mode. Yes, the mood has once again shifted to the buy side, but then I would consider a buy on dip and sell on rally opportunity. Now, when I talk about the opportunity, once again, based on the option data which is coming out, we can see that the put call ratio continues to remain on a break-even mode. So we should not get overly excited at the current juncture. Now, having said that, use dips in good quality stocks to buy into, trade breakouts where there are some strong sectoral trends like the real estate sector, or even the IT is showing a fair amount of rebound here. So those are some sectors which you should consider. Real estate is one, IT sector is the other, and pharma also showed a good move. It had some profit booking, and once again, it is showing some revival. So you got to be a little pick and choosy here, because the market, though it is showing some bullish tendency, it is not overtly bullish. So that's my call here on the overall markets. And the major trigger here to the downside was Bank Nifty, because it was underperforming the overall markets. Now, like you mentioned, 43,500 is the line in the sand for the moment. So around 43,500 to 43,000 would once again find some floor for Bank Nifty. And I don't expect it to move up unless it crosses and gives an end of day closing above 44,000. So these are some levels which I'll be tracking in the coming sessions for me to gauge what I need to do as far as the markets are concerned.
Okay, so well, playing with caution. That's the view coming in from Raja, and of course, his view is, buy on dips and sell on rallies, and to continue to book profits as and when you can in such uncertain markets. Of course, as far as the Bank Nifty is concerned, Raja has also mentioned that he'll be watching out for 44,000. Once that's taken out, is when he wouldn't mind going a little more bullish as far as the Bank Nifty is concerned. But until then, he is suggesting caution as far as the Bank Nifty goes as well. So very quickly, let's take a look at what's happening as far as your stock futures are concerned. We shift focus to some of these stocks then. And in today's day of trade, when it comes to futures and options, we have Bank of Baroda, which is under pressure at the moment. Of course, we're starting to get earnings, and besides earnings, we're also looking at a lot of these public sector banks. SBI, it seemed like there was a steady set of numbers coming in, but it is still under pressure. So we are still looking at a weakness there. But on the gaining end, Aarti Industries looking at a sharp up move, along with JK Cement. IEX reacting to its monthly volumes numbers with a 21% year-on-year increase there as well as far as volumes are concerned. Axis Bank advancing, giving support to the banking index, along with something like an ICICI Bank as well, up as much as 1.5% to 2% for each. And of course, as far as your Nifty is concerned, we also have some strength coming in Larsen and Toubro as well. So that's up around 1.5%. So of course, more gainers than losers in today's day of trade, and a lot of them are supporting both the key indices as we move through. So we continue to keep an eye on some of these names. But Raja, coming back to you, in terms of stocks that you are focusing, let's talk about Birlasoft. You have a long call. Can you take us through that, please?
Yeah, what I'm finding is that apart from good fundamentals supporting the stock, this stock has managed to sustain the kind of scenario that we have gone through at the current juncture. And every dip in this stock has been a good opportunity, and that's where we have found a steady increase in open interest. So now, when you take a look at the overall picture, and when you find that the stock is able to buck the trend, and it's able to sustain the momentum. So that's what made me suggest that the Birlasoft is a good opportunity to buy. And from the kind of IT structure, when I'm studying the IT structure, I find that the mid-tier IT companies are performing much better than the large caps. So that's why I wanted to initiate a long in Bsoft.
Right. Raja, can you also take us through your view on Lupin? I believe you're bullish there as well.
Yes, I'm very much bullish on Lupin, and over the weekend there was positive news coming as far as the company is concerned, and also when you take a look at the kind of steady addition in open interest, it's been able to perform quite well. Well, when you track the entire movement in the pharma space, this particular stock has not moved up for quite a while, and if you track since August, the stock has spent some time in consolidation, and now we can see that some positive trends can emerge here. So it could be a 2 to 3 day play, or you can also track it for the entire series itself. It's setting up to be a good bullish poise, and the kind of steady development of increasing open interest along with the price suggests that this would definitely travel and take out the highs, which are around 1215.
Okay, well, there we have it. That's the view coming in from Raja Venkatraman when it comes to some of these stocks. To very quickly recap at least his stock calls for today, he has a buy on Birlasoft, and he's looking at a stop of around 589 with a target of 615 to 620. And Lupin, where he also has a buy, and he's putting a stop of 185, and with a target of about 125 to 145. So we keep an eye on some of these levels as we move into trade. For now, of course, the markets continue to trade higher in general, and we're seeing some strength. The question is that can this sustain? As far as these strength is concerned. Well, on that note, Raja, thank you so much for joining in and taking us through your views on the markets. And we sign out for now, but there's lots more lined up. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned to BQ Prime.